famous five. Oh man, yeah, all good, guys, all good. Excellent result today, absolutely on the money. In fact, before we begin, to everyone watching this show, because Simon is too much of a gentleman to do it, I'll do it for him. If you're into crypto or you're into the future of digital currency, the Whales of Wall Street is the best YouTube channel that Simon runs. What a surprise.
You're a silly man.
Make sure you go over there and check him out. No, your content's great, mate. I've got to promote you anyway.
I appreciate that. I don't like talking about myself, but that's great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're too much of a gentleman. I've done it for you.
Sausage.
I've done it for you.
Thank you.
Well, everyone go and subscribe, guys. Everyone go and subscribe. But
Good to see you, Stel. Good to see you.
Stelios, talk to me about the game today. I mean, in every phase of the game, we were pretty much near perfect today, weren't we?
Okay. Yeah, do you know what, Ben? Don't get me wrong. Brilliant result. Absolutely. A clean sheet at the Etihad. 2 goals with a team that's in need of some more new faces, some transfers. But part of me just feels like it doesn't matter who the manager is, right? Man City just don't know what to do when Tottenham come to town, whether it's Poch, whether it's Jose, Nuno, Conte. I mean, Ange battered them 4-0 last year at their ground.
Yeah.
And here comes Frank, right? Frank the Tank, 2-0. And you're thinking, we've done it again. We've done it again. I was looking at some stats. Pep Guardiola must have sleepless nights knowing that Tottenham are going to play Man City the next day. He must literally, in his head, he must be thinking, I don't want this. I don't want it. I don't want to play. Can we just wave the white flag? What is the point? We know.
And you're talking about one of the greatest managers that's ever graced the game.
He's the GOAT. Like, Pep is the GOAT. But yet when Tottenham, when the Lily Whites rock up, they go to shit and we just play so well. Like, why can't... Is there a way that the coaching team can psychologically convince the players every single week that we're playing Man City?
Exactly.
And then we just win the league. We'd win the league title.
Exactly.
We'd be champions. Look, I thought we were very defensive first half and the second half as well. But I think that's the right way to play Man City because they're going to have most of the ball. So be very structured defensively. And we were so compact. The lines were tight. And it's literally good luck trying to get through it. I thought we got a little bit lucky. There was a back pass from Porro that went wrong, and Mamouche hit the ball towards goal. It went across the face of the goal. There was the one-on-one where Vicario came out, spread himself, did extremely well to block. And then the last minute before the break, Haaland missed a sitter of a header. So we did give away some chances and we got lucky. But when we were presented with chances, mate, we were ruthless.
Yeah.
And I was having this massive argument. Well, not massive argument. It was quite a contested debate on the Spurs 5 where I don't rate Brennan Johnson. I think he's bang average. I mean, I can't believe he's at Spurs, but I was defending him and I was saying to the guys on the channel, you can't get rid of Brennan Johnson because no matter what we say about him, no matter what we want to criticize, he puts the ball in the back of the net and he's done it again. And the hardest thing in football is to put the ball in the back of the net because that's why strikers get paid the most money. That's why they're the most sought after players in world football. If you can guarantee 20, 25 goals a year, you're probably worth 75, 100 million pounds nowadays. But we've got a player who consistently scores goals. Now, they might not be the most spectacular goals, but listen, he's in the right place at the right time and he connects with the ball and it goes in the back of the net. He did it against Burnley. He's done it again today. He was our top goal scorer last season. He's currently the top goal scorer for this season, joint with Richarlison. I don't think Spurs can get rid of Brennan Johnson, guys. I simply don't think we can get rid of him, regardless of him not doing much for most of the game, every game. If he keeps scoring, how do we get rid of Brennan Johnson? And that's a question to both of you two. What do we do with a player like this? Because he offers so little, but he scores. It's like it's such a difficult one for us as fans to have to understand. But you can't get rid of goal scorers, man. They're gold dust.
Yeah, look, for me, still on the Brennan Johnson situation, I agree with you. You can't get rid of him, but what you can do is get another winger of top quality where Brennan Johnson doesn't become a fully confirmed starter, but he's part of the squad and he can chip in as and when. I think we definitely need more in the wing areas, and I think that's shown by Brennan Johnson's games in the last 2 games, but he scores goals, and that's what you need as part of the squad, and that's what having a squad is all about, having players that can come off the bench and chip in as and when. And I think Odebear came on, did decent today. Obviously, we didn't see Tell when he came on against PSG. Obviously, we all know what happened. So I think we need another winger in there that can chop and change with Brennan Johnson out on that left-hand side. But look, you can't knock him. You just cannot knock Brennan Johnson, because whatever you want to say about his performances, he always ends up with a goal.
Yeah.
And like you say, the hardest thing to do in football. So no, definitely can't get rid of Brennan Johnson.
I always like Stell's mind because it brings it down to earth a bit more. I think there's some games where this game worked in our favour. Absolutely, there's been many games over the last couple of seasons, or last season in particular, where obviously the whole team hasn't necessarily turned up, but Johnson's almost like finger pointed at, in the sense that he doesn't do anything. Well, he does some things, but doesn't do as many things as he should off the ball for the rest of the team. But then he might score a goal, and then everyone completely forgets like that lack of overall performance. I'm just wondering, like, if they can just fix and tweak him slightly in a couple of areas. I mean, he's still young. We mustn't forget this. He could be an absolutely phenomenal player, but he does really need to work on that. And I actually think Frank could be the manager that finally, like, has that ability to take those kind of players and take them to another level. Well, it remains to be seen, but as you guys have said, it would never probably be on the cards that they would be wanting to sell him anyway. I think there's an extensive amount of talent in that guy. It's just unlocking a couple of other things that make him a complete player. We've seen this with many players in the past. Mr. Bell, for example, many seasons people calling for him to be chucked out, and then all of a sudden you just mould a couple of tweaks here and there. You're good at this part, but if you can fix this and this bit, wow, what a player you've got. So I'm giving a bit more time, but it's games that don't do well is where I'm interested to see where he develops, because arguably potentially got away again today, in the sense that if you took that goal away, what did he actually give to the team? Exactly what you said, Stel. So I'm totally on board with what you're saying there, where we need to keep an eye on that. But I'm pretty sure Frank is as well. But Johnson's the one that needs to step up significantly and be in match and in line with the rest of the team now. And I'm turning the question back to you, because I think when you look at all the other players today individually, they showcased, if you split a player in half and you said you have an attacking principle and a defensive principle, I'd say they all did extremely well in their own varieties. Maybe Johnson's the one that perhaps you could say from a defensive perspective, or these areas didn't do well. But how encouraging is it to see the rest of the team doing their due diligence and stepping up to a level that I haven't seen in a Tottenham team. I know it's only the second game of the season, but I haven't seen this kind of performance for a long, long time. What do you think about that?
There's quite a few things there. I'll start with Johnson.
Yeah.
I don't think he can be developed as a wide player much more, because when you coach, you're taught to teach players from a very young age to dribble. It's the hardest thing in football is to beat a man. And if you don't lock that down when someone's young, and it's not just the skills, it's the agility of changing direction, it's the balance of not falling over when you take on the man. If you haven't locked that in at a young age, you're not going to suddenly develop it at an old age. So I don't think we're going to get a dribbler or someone that takes on players the way Kudus does from Brennan Johnson. It's too late for him. But in terms of his crossing ability and being even more ruthless, you can develop that. That can be developed. So I guess we've got to see what Frank does. Personally, I don't think you can get rid of Brennan Johnson. As long as he's scoring goals, I think it's impossible, because goals are gold dust. And if someone can score, you got to hold on to them.
Hmm.
In terms of the structure, I think the two standout things I've seen under Frank so far is one, the work rate of the team is of a very high standard, and it's not just players running around. It's it's how that energy is used. When we press really effectively. It's a very well choreographed press. Like one goes, then you can see another two or three moving into the areas, anticipating where the ball might get played. And it's no surprise we're winning a lot of possession that leads to assists and potential goals from the pressing game. That is coached. That 100% that's been coached, and you can see it. And the other thing is we're very compact off the ball. Quite often as fans, we always look at on the ball play, and rarely do we look at how we're doing off the ball. But off the ball, we're really well structured. Like it as an opposition, you're struggling to find a way through it. You're constantly having to think, how do we get past this? Should we try something different? Is that going to work though? And they're the two things that for me so far stand out with what Frank's done. It's the off the ball structure, and it's the strategy on the press. It's really good, and it's working well for our players. And you can see that our players actually like it. They're enjoying it, which is important, which is why they're playing at a better level right now, because they're enjoying it. So the one thing I will say is, I think George did make a really good point about it being the honeymoon period. It's still early doors yet. We've been here before where Nuno won 3 games in a row, clean sheet, manager a month, top of the league, and then it unravelled. And I don't think that's going to happen with Frank, by the way. I don't think this is going to unravel. But I do see a situation where we're playing 2 or 3 games a week, and a lot of squad rotation is going to have to happen. Injuries are going to occur, and then you're going to get those Bayern Munich games a lot more. And that's where we need players to come in. We need really quality signings to come in. So if Kudus gets injured, or Richarlison gets injured, or if Paulinho, God forbid, gets injured, who was outstanding today, by the way, Paulinho, and so was Sarr. If they get injured, I don't want to see Archie Gray coming on as the second choice, because for me, he's not at that level. I don't think, not yet, maybe one day, but he's not now. If Jed Spence gets injured, we're in trouble. It's Ben Davies. It's like, God help us. So we really need to go and buy 2 or 3 quality players, so that 100%. When we're playing 2 or 3 games a week, Frank can keep up what he's doing at the moment. Because if not, this is going to unravel quickly. If we're playing 2-3 games a week and we haven't strengthened this squad, so that's the only caution I've got at the moment with this. So, but that's not really in Frank's hands, is it? You know, it's down to the board to back him. He can't determine whether or not we're going to get players through the door.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. And you know, especially as we've got the Champions League coming around pretty soon, the draw next week. So a lot of games to come. And obviously this 11 can't play every single game, every single week, 2 games a week. So we're definitely going to need help from the board in terms of bringing in players. We've all seen heard and what's happened over the last month with the players that we've been trying to bring in. So they just need to get it done, people. They just need to get it. I don't even know who they're going to bring in or who they're going to look to bring in from now until the end of the transfer window. But it's so difficult, isn't it?
Ben, stop listening to journalists. Stop listening to ITK. I've been on about this for years. I don't listen to any of them, because until the player's wearing the shirt, it all means nothing. I think a lot of them, sadly, they mislead us, because from a marketing perspective, to create gossip and speculation is excellent for them to get eyeballs on what they say. And I think a lot of it is just a lot of BS, just to create an industry that someone can make money from, because people just want to gossip and chat. And it's what we do as fans. We go down the pub, we buy a beer and we talk, right? And they create talking points by all this speculation. So I don't know who we're going to sign. I don't know who we're really going to genuinely get over the line. We'll just have to wait and see who's wearing a Spurs shirt at the end of August. But as it currently stands, I think Daniel Levy's actually laughing his head off, because every time we win, he's got an argument to say. Well, you see,
Yeah.
the squad's good enough. The squad's good enough. We don't need to spend much more money. And also, the protest, it takes a hit because how can you protest when the team's winning? You know, I get why, but you can't because you won't get the numbers. So Levy's in a really good spot with these back-to-back wins and clean sheets, and it's almost like we need to get battered in order to put the real pressure on. But then we don't want to get battered. We want to win. We want to be top of the table. We want to qualify for Europe. Can I just address one thing that no one's spoken about? Because today it really wound me up, and no one's going to talk about it because we won the game. But it was an absolute disgrace. Okay, this referee is absolutely taking the mick. Kudus was assaulted by Taylor. He's literally kneed Kudus in the chest. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Porro gets fouled. Blatant free kick, potential penalty. Nothing. But Romero goes sliding in, wins the ball, and he gets a yellow card. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute. We should have had a penalty, a red card against City, and we end up with Romero getting a yellow card when he blatantly won the ball. And if Romero goes and gets another 4 yellow cards, he's going to get suspended. But he shouldn't have got this yellow card today.
Yeah.
And I'm just... And by the way, it wasn't just towards us. I thought Man City should have had a penalty because Van der Ven trod on someone's foot blatantly and the referee did nothing about that either. But it can't be right, guys. It can't be. We've got VAR. We've got all the technology.
Absolutely.
Because if this game wasn't 2-0, if we're losing 1-0 or it's 1-1, guys, this would be the talking point right now. But because we won, it gets dismissed. And I was just, I don't know, man. It's almost like the VAR screen shows clearly what's happened. We'll just ignore that. And Romero blatantly wins the ball. It was an excellent slide tackle, and he gets booked. And it's as if the world just hates Romero because because he's good. We're going to hate him. I don't know. What did you think about it? Because it's not going to be a talking point because we've won. But I thought it was some really poor refereeing today, and another day. It's going to cost us.
We instantly discussed it when the Romero thing happened because I'm in that mentality where, you know, the position of that free kick was very dangerous and obviously it didn't amount to anything. But then the corner came from that and you still in the mindset. I'm trying not to get annoyed about it at the time, but it's impossible not to because you see the performance that we were putting in and then something completely out of the team's control. And, you know, fair enough if these incidents are warranting fouls and things like that. But the linesman's flag went up immediately with that Romero challenge. And I was like, even me watching it, the screen's over there. I haven't even got my glasses on. I can see that he's got the ball. The linesman's right next to him and the referee's got an even more direct position of it. And they all got it wrong. And I'm like, then they're showing the replays. And I'm like, where's this opportunity of, I know VR, we're talking about like, you know, outside the box fouls and things, but rescind that yellow card after the game. It's absolute garbage. The Johnson kick away gets the yellow all day long. I hate that kind of play and there's no need for it. But there was a couple of other instances where the yellow cards were coming out and you're sitting there, what is this? Is it because they have to hit a quota? Like, is it because they're worried about their jobs disappearing to the AI robots or something? I don't know what it is. Just to have some form of theatre and give them some credibility as to why they should be on the pitch today. I don't know what it is, but it was ludicrous. Like, it was agitating at the time, and I did my best to try and like move on from it. But those are critical points in the game because you're talking about 2-1 then.
What about the situations of Trafford and Porro getting fouled in the same kind of minute up the other end of the pitch?
That's what I was saying, yeah.
What about the goal that we scored with Richarlison? Like, where's semi-automated VAR?
Pick and choose.
Where's the semi-automated? Why did it take so long to give that goal? Like, there's so many aspects of refereeing and managing a game that's just a shambles.
I thought they would fix it like 100% for this season with all the things, the changes, the automatics, this, that, and the other. But when you've got things completely out of the ordinary that you don't even need VAR for, it goes out the window. It's and it's an absolute direct point to make, because if we make more noise about this, maybe it would be observed more, and the people that are hiring the referees or the standards of this might actually sort this kind of stuff out, because it's not just us. It happens in pretty much every game. It's lunacy at this level of a Premier League, status, that we have this kind of thing going on. It infuriates me, as you can probably tell. But wow, it could have been so different at 2-1. Because you're talking about the whole game flow and everything changes. The butterfly effect, I call it. Like, it's the snowball effect of things like that happening that can change things, and we're sitting there at 2-2 or potentially losing the game because of the fluency of City at that time. But all hypothetical,
Simon,
of course, but it's a nightmare.
I don't want key players picking up yellow cards, because
and that as well, of course,
it will all get forgotten today. But what will happen is, we'll go and play Arsenal away sometime in the next couple of months.
100%.
And what if Romero's picked up 5 yellow cards and he's suspended for that game?
Absolutely.
And then we'll come back to this game and say, well, he should never have got a yellow there.
No, absolutely.
And this is
they should be
why
rescinded.
I made an issue of it. This is why I raised the issue.
Any poor decisions like that, like are irrespective of the result, because the yellow or the not yellow is irrelevant almost. Rescind that yellow card.
They should review all cards.
It is absolutely after every game. After every game, the whole game should be analysed from an officiating perspective and tell them how rubbish they are half the time. Replace them. They're not, 2 individuals of officiating were incorrect massively.
AI robots in.
Like, I don't like AI much to an extent, but like things like that are just. I thought that was long gone, or they would sort themselves out. But I'd be amazed to find someone that agreed that was the right decision.
It happened the other day when Leeds played Everton. The penalty decision was bonkers.
All of these things. Oh my god!
Absolutely.
These can cost points, mate, and it costs money. It costs. Team morale. It changes so many things. Like, if it's a clear and obvious thing, absolutely. But we're talking about some people might in the audience, or like when they're observing this afterwards, might go, "Oh, this is a bit of an overreaction." No, it's not, because it's the filter and effect that continues throughout the season. Exactly to your point, it has a knock-on effect. And you see that knock-on effect at the end, and then you start complaining about, oh, well, you shouldn't have got a yellow back then. Why aren't the Premier League and everyone just sorting this kind of stuff out? And after games, a review next day, this yellow, this, and this has been rescinded. This shouldn't have happened. Officials, sort yourselves out. Go to some more training or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
Like I said, because we've won 2-0, it's all brushed underneath the carpet.
Absolutely. No, it's a great point.
If we hadn't have won 2-0, these would be the talking points on the show tonight. We'd all be talking about
100%.
Why did we get a penalty when Kudus got assaulted?
Absolutely.
How on earth's Porro been fouled? How's Romero got a yellow card? This is what we would be talking about. So,
100%.
But look, that's one side. We did win 2-0, clean sheet. I'm glad we kept the clean sheet, because it means we stay above Chelsea scum in the league table, at least for another week.
Chelsea are on 4 points.
Oh yeah, of course they do. First game. Sorry. Yeah.
We are clear at the top still.
Jensen again, ole. I'm such a fraud.
You're a fraud still.
Oh god. Yeah, look. Good start for Frank. Good start for Tottenham. Players look happy, which is encouraging.
Yeah.
We definitely look much harder to beat. No wide open gaps like we had under Ange Ball. And let's just pray in the next 8 odd days, I don't know how many's left of the transfer window, that 2 really, really good players come and join this team. And you know what? I did say we can challenge for top 4 on the basis that we kind of crash out of a lot of domestic cups and Champions League, and then we've got just 4 months of the league only, February, March, April, May. I think we can do it, but we need those signings. We do need those signings. Otherwise, it could go either way. So, but look, like you said, Ben, you've got to enjoy the wins. We've won. Bring it on, man. Top of the table. Let's enjoy it whilst it lasts.
Yeah, go watch the rest of the Premier League weekend with your feet up, knowing that Spurs have got maximum points so far. No goals conceded. Have a good weekend, my friend.
Good sister.
Come on.